Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca, and here on my little corner of the web I like to talk about budgeting and lifestyle, and today I'm sharing my Q3 net worth update. I track this monthly, but because it doesn't change a whole lot, I don't really feel like it's necessary to post a video every month, so I like to share quarterly what the updates are. If you don't know what a net worth is, it's really simple. It is everything you own minus everything you owe. So your assets minus your liabilities. And this pen or this marker is not very good. I'm gonna need to switch out. This is the one I use. That's the one I usually use. Anyway, okay, so we don't have, a whole lot of assets, but our biggest one is our house. So we have our house, and currently it says on Zillow that it's worth $226,000, but we purchased the house in September, so it's now August. It's been almost a year, and we purchased it for $185,000. So the housing market, has been just booming and has increased it a lot, but I don't really feel comfortable putting that. So we're gonna say it's worth $215,000, which honestly still feels a little high, but I feel like it's more conservative than Zillow says, and I know that we probably could sell it for that right now. The next asset is my car, and then Jared's car. We both drive older cars. Mine is from 2010. It's a Toyota Prius, and currently it says it's worth $6,910. And then Jared's car is from 2003. If you don't know, Jared is my husband. We are recently, I don't know how long you can continue to say newlyweds, but we got married last March. So about a year and a half we've been married. And he drives a really old Mercedes, and that is worth $36,000, it's worth $690. And we will be working pretty soon at upgrading his car to a new car. It's not currently a goal that we're focusing on, but we definitely have that kind of in the back of our mind, knowing that his car is not going to last forever. So we are going to need to replace it pretty soon here. And then we have a checking account buffer. We like to keep this so that we can remain 1 month ahead on all of our bills and not have to worry about, the timing of the bills during the month and like the timing of when we get paid, because we always have enough money in the account to cover all of them. So we keep a $3,500 buffer among our 2 checking accounts. And by 2, I mean we have 2 separate banks. We keep all of our money together. We don't have personal checking accounts, but just to clarify that. And then our emergency fund. So this is a goal that we're currently working on. We just finished paying off all of my debt, so that line item will disappear from the liabilities, but we have just started kind of beefing this up. So right now it has $6,300 in it, and we were working on getting that to $10,000 kind of as our next step. And then in our sinking funds, we keep sinking funds for house maintenance, travel, auto costs, health costs, Christmas, gifts, renovations, that kind of stuff. And currently we have $2,221 in there. There's never a whole lot because we do, use them revolvingly. That's not a word, but we are constantly taking money in and out of there. And then in our Schwab Invest, so we have several different really small investment vehicles. One of our bank accounts is through Schwab, and so we have some single stock investments in there worth right now $26.46, which has actually gone down substantially. I think even since the first time I filmed a net worth update, there was a lot of appreciation really quickly because we put it in right when things started getting crazy last March, but then I feel like it's kind of settled and it's slowly inching back down. And I don't know if that's maybe just the stocks that we picked. I am not into single stock investing, so I'm not focused on that. That's just kind of there. And then we have an Acorns account, or I had this account. I started it when I was a freshman in college, and it's not you just pick a portfolio. So you say how aggressive you'd like to be basically, and then they will automatically invest the money for you. And I used to have it set up to automatically invest, I don't know, a little bit every week and just round up my spare change. But now I don't have an automatic investment set up because I wanted to focus on our retirement tax advantaged accounts. And so it doesn't really take very much out. So it's pretty stagnant and it's sitting at $2,109. And then my Roth IRA. So I opened my Roth IRA, I think when I got my first adult job, and I was just putting like $5 a week in there. I really had very little money, and I was working on paying off a lot of debt of student loans, so I didn't have a whole lot of money. So I put in just a little bit, but I've been slowly upping that every month, as you can see in my budget reports if you watch my other videos. And as of now, it has $1,842. So that's not like a huge amount, but we are working, to increase the amount that we put in each month. And my goal is to be able to max those out. And then the last thing that we have is Jared's Roth IRA, which we just opened a couple months ago. So this really has very little money in it. It only has $153. And I don't like it as much. It's with Schwab because we already have like the ability to have an account through there. So I have to manage where the investments go inside of the Roth IRA, which I guess is pretty standard. But with Acorns, which is where mine is, I don't have to do that. I just put the money in. So it's just a little more mental work for me on the front end. But overall, our total assets are $244,371. And you'll notice I included an item in the last update I did in Q2, which I will link up above. I included a line item for my tax savings. So Jared is self-employed, and now I am partially self-employed. So we have a lot of, there's no tax taken out of any of the money that he makes. So we withhold it ourselves, and then we pay taxes quarterly. And I included the amount that we had in that savings account in our last update because I had seen another person do that. And so I was like, we have about $4,000 in there, and now I think we have $6,000 in there. And I just want to include it. But then I just kind of was reflecting on that, and I was like, if I would not include W-2 withholdings as part of kind of my net worth at all because that's money owed to the government. So I just decided to take it out altogether. I thought that would be cleaner. And I don't like including like iffy things. I also don't include anything smaller than our cars as far as physical assets. Like we have, I have this wet or engagement ring, and Jared has a lot of expensive musical instruments, but I just feel like that's kind of exhausting and nitpicky to track. So I just don't track any of that. I'm not super concerned about it at the moment because, our net worth isn't huge. So it's not like that's going to make a whole big difference. So anyway, on to my next thing. So the only liability that we have is our house. And when we bought it, we put 5% down. So we owed, I think, $175,000. And in almost a year, we have paid off so little. I know this is how it goes, but it just makes me sad. So our current mortgage amount owed is $172,234. And this is a conscious choice. Our mortgage is a smaller amount and the interest rate is less. It's like 2.875%. So I'm not super focused on paying that off and early because, we have a lot of work to do as far as catching up in retirement, but it is a little disappointing to look at how, how slow it is reduced. But our total, so assets is 244,371 minus liabilities is 172,234. So our current net worth is $72,137, which is really good. That is a big increase since last time. I think we were sitting at just over $50,000 last time, and that was including $3,700 of tax savings that we still have in the bank right now, but I'm no longer, including in this number. So the change over 3 months, including the tax savings or excluding that, the change based on this versus the last video is up 21,551. And it would be, I think, about up like 24,000 if we didn't have that. So that's a comparable increase to our last quarter update. And a big part of that is honestly our house appreciation. It's appreciating so fast. And I know that without it, we would not be anywhere near, the ability to grow our net worth as fast as we can. So I'm really, really thankful for that. And I am excited to see, where this leads us. I feel like if we increased, I don't want to jinx this because I hadn't even thought about it, honestly, but we are up almost $25,000. It's kind of possible that we could get to 100,000 net worth by the end of the year, but I don't know if that is realistic, seeing as I just quit one of my jobs that was a steady source of income. So that might not happen, but we are on the right track and it's very exciting. So thank you so much for watching this video. I just hope that if you like this content, you will subscribe so you can catch all my new videos, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it.